Good evening, welcome to HandsOnSAPDev with QMacro. That's me, DJ. I really like that phrase now. I finally, after 76 episodes, I've sort of the whole phrase rolls off the tongue. Finally. Yeah. So good morning, Tim. Good morning, Tim. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. This is episode 76, and it's part 4 in this little mini series that we're sort of going with, exploring the amazing world of CAP, and specifically the superpowers that you get in order to be able to consume remote services. So this is part 4. I think we'll hopefully come to an end of the journey of discovery today. So we'll go and do something different next week. So who got here? Oh, Chesh. Good morning, Manuel, Jodel, Andrew, Robertinho, Volker, Morgan, Helmut, Moin Moin, and Ronnie. Good morning. Good morning. It's nice to see you all. Nice to see you all. I've got my coffee, different coffee today from Heart and Graft. I've had a coffee earlier after my run, but this is another coffee, so maybe it's too much coffee again. I've got, I'm feeling very sophisticated because I've got also one of these sort of Italian amaretti biscuits. Is that what they are? And I just realised though it's going to be really difficult to eat because it's really loud and really crunchy and crumbs go everywhere. I think chocolate would have been better. But anyway, good morning. Let's get going. So what's new? Well, let me just switch. I've got my little temporary, but it's quite good actually. I'm running Streamlabs OBS and I've got this little remote control thing, and I've made the icons large and I've just selected the scene icons. So now, if I can press, for example, main vid top right, and it should go straight to a different scene. Where I would like to remind you, yesterday, Max and Marius, my colleagues, were going to do a live stream yesterday, had some technical issues, so they've rescheduled it today. I think it was originally rescheduled to today, to straight after this one, i.e. 9 AM UK time, as in an hour from now, but actually it's when is it? It's now at 11 AM my time, so in 3 hours from now. So check this out. The live stream times is updated, so Max updated that last night. But basically, let me put a link to this. Hey Jorge, good morning, hello there. So there's the link to Max and Marius. That's coming up in 2 hours, 11 o'clock. Live. Oh, okay, yeah. It sort of rounds it down. It sort of severely rounds it down. It's almost like live in just under 3 hours, in 2 hours, 58 minutes, 57 minutes. Yeah, that's caught me out before. So, yeah, so check that out. And while I'm here, by the way, yes, I thought I'd go for a little jaunty sort of top right video angle while I'm doing this. Morning, Pierre. Good morning to Pierre in Lyon. Hope you're well down there. I do miss the food in Lyon. My goodness me. So I'm hoping you're going to ask for another code gem over there, so I have to come down again on the train. What a wonderful trip that was. So yeah, that's that. Now, something really cool. I mean, you know, I'm a big fan of all the folks in the CAP teams, plural, internally at SAP, doing an awesome job. But one particular super awesome thing that I wanted to share with you. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not supposed to share with you. I've no idea. But I got an email notification, from a GitHub. You know, you're on this. You've been mentioned on this pull request thing. But because of what we do on this HandsOnSAPDev live stream, a little bit, it gets noticed. And so the slight oddnesses with, for example, last Friday, the indentation in the mta.yaml that I fixed by installing that VS Code extension, that's been fixed. The launching of the if we want to run debug with the launch configuration in VS Code, that's been fixed. I mean, how awesome are these people? So thank you, Daniel. Thank you, everybody. These fixes, obviously, the pull request has been merged, but of course that's not reached the public yet. That will be in the next release, very most likely. Very most likely, is that a phrase? I don't know. It is now. So how awesome are these people? So there we go. There's that. Talking of it's not hit the streets yet, I'm pretty sure. Good morning, Christian. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Pierre. Oh yes, come back anytime. Thank you very much. I will. I will. The food was just ridiculous. So yeah, talking of hitting the streets, I'm sure that some, if not most of us, are aware that SAP are now publishing npm packages on the main public npm registry. Of course, as many of us know, we've got the npm.sap.com. Well, that still exists, npm.sap.com, right? But it's never had a UI, so it's never been developer friendly. And this is we've had to do you set our npm configuration to point to the SAP registry, which I've still got and I'm still using because there's this transition period. But basically, it means that if we search for CDSDK, for example, it's there, and it's also the 1.8.5, which I think that's the one CDS version. Yeah, 1.8.5. npm info SAP CDSDK. And that's going to the npm SAP registry because of npm config ls. That's because of this thing here, SAP registry, the registry for the @SAP namespaced packages. But anyway, so I'll eventually remove that. Yes, so yes, Volker, he will come them too. Awesome. Just for the food, yeah, Volker, the food is ridiculous. I mean, it's just I checked into the hotel. I got there on the train, checked in the hotel quite late, said to the person behind the reception, could you recommend a local place? Oh yeah, she said it's around the corner, it's pretty normal place, nothing special. So I went there, great. Super ridiculous cooking. And when you go to places, right, where you've never been before, you think, oh, I have to go to all these different places, just discover everything. No, I went to the same restaurant every night because it was so good. So Pierre, Pierre saying it seems to break the Fiori Tools extensions for VS Code. Interesting. Fiori UI tooling. Okay, so we're still early days with the Fiori tool. I've not actually played with the Fiori tooling yet. Are you still? I've just seen a chat from Shivam. Can't watch live. Suddenly stopped. Am I still live? It does say the YouTube thing says the stream is healthy, so I think that's okay. Yes, organise another code jam, Pierre. That would be really good. Anybody in the chat, please let me know that you can still see me and hear me, and you can still watch live. YouTube is still saying everything's okay. Opening parallel streams instead of simply going open source and reusing work. Yeah, I need to look in more. To be honest, I would like to make a comment. I would like to make a comment about that, but I don't know enough about that yet. Interesting. I'll see what I can find internally. Thanks, Tim. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Thanks for confirming, and thanks, Ronnie, as well. Yeah, let me talk to the folks next week internally and see what's going on there. It does look. Thank you, Andrew. It does look very promising. Yes, definitely. I saw a preview of that at SAP DCOM last year. It looks pretty amazing. But I've not had a chance to play with it yet. Good morning, Robert. Welcome. Nice to see you. Nice to see you on the stream. So that was that. Let me go back to where are we? There. And one of the, for me, sort of slightly unexpected benefits. Nose pickers Maven. Amazing. I love the way they have the different sort of NPM meanings here. One of the unexpected benefits of having the stuff on the npm public repo registry rather with a UI is that all this wonderful stuff that all of us here on the HandsOnSAP Dev channel found out for ourselves by sort of digging into the app router when we did that app router deep dive, is that wonderful README file is now sort of there to read. I mean, look at that. How beautiful is that? So just check that out. Have a read of that this weekend. And the diagram's broken though, that's not so good. I'll see if I can ping them to get that fixed. In fact, talking of that, there is an app router deep dive. I'm trying to put together, where's my playlists? Consuming remote services, custom task. Oh yeah, there you go. There, app router deep dive. So I've put together what we all covered on our 5-part series app router deep dive. So that's that. So check that out. It's a nice little playlist. If these playlists are useful, let me know. I will do some more. What's that? Not browsable. That's even a spelling mistake as well. Okay, let's get rid of that. We don't want that. Okay, so that's that. So there we go. So you participated in the tools beta, Volker, and mentioned the open source approach was denied because too much effort. Too much effort? Oh. Okay. Yeah. Be interesting to know what my friend and colleague Marius thinks. He's a lot more up to date with the UI5 area these days and Fiori. I would love to find out. So maybe we can ask him in this live stream in a couple of hours' time. Yeah. Okay. So let's get going. It's 8:10. Let's find out. Let me just move to the bottom right because I've got this little remote control thing. It's not great, but I've ordered an Elgato Stream Deck. Finally succumbed and ordered an Elgato Stream Deck. So let's see when that comes and what happens there. So what I want to do is just continue where we left off last time and get to the stage where hopefully we are consuming a remote service but locally. So where we left off last time, let's see what we've got. We've got, are we logged on to the right cloud endpoint? Yes, we are. I'm going to use my truncate cat, which CFT. All this does is basically pass whatever I pass into it to CF and then pipe that into trunk. So instead of having this super ugly wide thing that wraps around, I can do that instead, and I get that. Okay, so that's what I'm doing there. So we've got the destination service here, and we've got the XSUIA service. We've also got the app, and it's running. So EP72 proj serve CF app EP72 proj serve. What I have learned really is not to call my apps or services after the name of the episode, like EP72, because it gets old very quickly. But anyway, okay. So let's go and have a quick look at this. Let's go and look at this route here. Let's go to the Brave browser and go there. Okay, so we get our products and our suppliers. There's our metadata, all fine. What we saw last week and the week before, and what we also get and what we got last Friday was the magic that is remote service consumption. So what's happening is that the SAP Cloud SDK, which comes with inside of CAP, will read the destination, which we defined. Let's look at the destination actually. Where's the destination? Here it is. We defined this destination, didn't we? Northwind. And we define the destination as an internet proxy type and, you know, services.odata.org, v2, Northwind, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's reading that destination and it's using the Cloud SDK to go and actually consume that service. And we looked a little bit, well, we dug into that last week. Lots of magic going on. Absolutely fantastic. So that's where we are. What I would like to do with you now is to get this working locally as well. Okay, so because of course if we wanted to make a change to the app and we have to push it back up to the cloud again and then just test that, so it would be really nice if we can make this remote service consumption, which we've had already running, right? When we went into, I've got VS Code. Where's VS Code? I've got it all prepared. There it is. So in the package.json before, we had URL pointing to the services.odata.org, v2, Northwind, blah, 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 okay? And that was consuming it directly. But now we're using this destination definition, okay? Which will be appropriately consumed by CAP via the Cloud SDK and also, of course, via the destination service. Now, what happens if we run this locally? In fact, yeah, I've no idea. What happens if we run this locally right now? Let's go back to the command line and say, where are we? EP76 cd Ep.76 proj cds watch. Actually, we might as well do it in VS Code in there. Okay, let's open up a terminal here. CDS watch. CDS watch. Okay, fine. So if we now go to localhost 4004, so localhost, let's open up rather than switch to Chrome for this. Might as well localhost 4004. We've got that running. We've got the metadata. It's all fine. It's all the same. And now if we go to products, as expected, we get some sort of error, right? Failed to build HTTP request for destination, failed to load destination. That's quite a nice error message, right? That's quite a good error message. I mean, we were sort of expecting that sort of thing, I guess. So let's have a look at the errors. So error while executing custom handler read on Q macro products. Remember, that's what's happening here, right? This is, we have said, basically, we want to replace any call to, a read of the products entity set, and instead what we want to do is log something out in the console in read. That should be up here somewhere. Let's make that a bit further up there. Here we go, in read. And then we use the connection that we've got, which was that OData service connection, wasn't it? That OData service object, right? We use that to that connection to run the query, the original incoming query that we got from the browser. Okay, so we basically take the query, turn around and say, right, go and make that happen on that remote destination over there. So attempting to reach drift destination. This is quite nice. These error messages are really destination accessor. I don't think I've seen this before. Attempting to retrieve destination from environmental variable, could not retrieve destination. Okay, fine. So that's not the reason for the issue, of course, because it tries the environmental variable. Environmental variable VCAP service is not defined. So that's a bit of a clue, isn't it? No service is a bound application. VCAP service is not defined. Could not retrieve destination. Okay. So why is it trying to retrieve a destination? Because, of course, we've specified it here. There, destination. Failed to build. Error stack trace. Failed to build. Failed to build. Okay, basically everything is saying, I can't, give me a destination and I can't fulfill that requirement. And the biggest clue that we need to jump on here is no services are bound to the application. Environmental variable VCAP services is not defined. And remember, if you look at Jodel's excellent two-part blog post series, this is what he also talks about. That's right, Jodel, isn't it? And what you can do is you can bring down the VCAP services from the platform, from the cloud platform, and give those to this local app. So let's do that now, okay? And let's do that. Well, the thing is, let's do that hard way. I mean, I suppose we could go here and say, right, let's go in the cockpit and go to the spaces. There's the space here. And it is the app we're interested in here, the services. And I'm going to eat this amaretti biscuit. Oh. That was a big mistake. No. Oh. Note to self, do not eat amaretti biscuits while live streaming. Bloody hell. Okay, so we can see the environment variables here. I never know what to say, environment or environmental variables. There we go. System provided environment variables, right? VCAP services, XSUAA, we got the XSUAA thing. It would be really nice to have this, first of all, properly formatted in a monospace font for me. And secondly, so we could collapse and expand these things. This is JSON after all, right? Krumme monster. Yeah, the cookie monster. Are you thinking of, are you talking about Sesame Street? Cookie monster. So there you go. Yes, yes, definitely. Guda. Mukbang live stream. Ooh, that sounds quite interesting. Giselle, I don't know what that is, but it sounds very. Is there anything more British than biscuits? Yes, but that was that biscuit was a very un-British biscuit. I've got some proper British biscuits over there. Anyway, chocolate is better. So what we need is to grab this VCAP services stuff, okay, and give it to the local running app, so it can then bind or access the services, or access the destination service in conjunction with the XSUAA service, so it can actually read the destination and so on. Okay, and this is all possible. Tea is up there too. Yes, they are a killer. Tea and biscuits. There are certain biscuits that are better for dunking in tea than others. But anyway, so rather than sort of copy paste this with the mouse, let's do this the sort of the hard way, because we learn more. And in fact, yeah, let's have a full screen. So we can get this Ep.72 proj serve. We can get this by looking at the CF-env, right? Which is quite nice. There we go. So there is the system provided stuff, as we can see here, and that's all the VCAP services. And interestingly enough, well, we'll look at it sort of properly once we grab it, right? And then we also get the VCAP application, so like, some more variables or more properties and values relating more specifically to the application. And we also get user deployed, user provided, sort of thing, all sorts of stuff, right? Lots of interesting things to look into. Proper British biscuits, yes. Oh, Jodel, mukbang. Korean is an online audiovisual broadcast in which the host consumes large quantities of food. Really? Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so we've had a mini mukbang on this live stream. Who knew? Amazing. I think that's good. There's also that odd, what's it called? Where people sort of make small noises and people listen to that and go, oh yeah, that's really nice. What's it called? I don't really get it, but there's an A in the name, isn't there? It's not ambient. I don't know what it is. What is it? Anyway, is it like a TLA or a four-letter abbreviation of something? I don't know. I've seen it on Twitch. So we could use CF-env, but actually let's go with the roundabout way, because there's also, and I've sort of been avoiding this because we shouldn't have to use this, but there's also CF-curl. Okay, so CF-curl uses the API, right? Uses the API rather than this sort of human readable thing. One of my complaints about the output of a lot of the CF commands is that it's just ugly because it mixes up data with status and progress information, which is awful. However, the CF-curl command is sort of like it's a sticking plaster over that, but let's try it out. So actually, CF-curl conforms to or allows you to use an API, right? So CF-curl v2 apps. So if we do this, actually, we can do that whole thing, right? Let's do that, but it's actually called, what is it called? Ep.72 proj serve. So what we get now is some proper parseable output and standard out. As you can see here, we get information about the resources. Okay, so that allows us then to what do we need to do? Is we need to grab the app information, CF-curl. Let's just try that. CF-curl. Let's just have a look here. Entity name, the GUID. We want the GUID, don't we? That one there. Yeah. Okay. So let's just grab that. There. Okay. CF-curl v2 app. That. Oops. No. Sorry. CF-curl v2 app. That. What do we get with that? Oh, okay. I thought we could get the app information index. App, display, apps GUID. I'm sure we could get the environmental variables as well. Oh, okay, Volker. Oh, ASMR, that's it. ASMR. I knew it had an A. I knew it was 4 things. ASMR, that's it. Thank you very much. Ciao, Volker. I thought CF-curl app env. Get the env for an app. There we go. That's what we want. There we go. V2. That. Oh, env/env. So I was almost there. Right. Env. CF curl v2. Oh, apps. There we go. There we go. So we got a parsable, usable thing. Ah, finally, yes. So system-env.json. So if we say that, and then say JQ, give me. Oh, actually, what's the? Does it come inside anything else? System-env.json, environment.json. No, well, so that should be all we need. JQ system-env.json. There we go. That's what we want, isn't it? Yes, that's exactly what we want. Look, right at the top of the screen, that's exactly what we want. We want the VCAP services. So I think that's a slightly nicer way, even though this should be possible to get using the normal commands. But, you know, okay, at least they give us this option. So if we say, let's do that, and put it into default-env.json. Oh, let's go back to VS Code now. Where is it? VS Code. Default-env.json. That's the one, isn't it? Is it called default-env? Yes. So there we go. So we've now got, inside of here, we've got the XSUAA section, and we've got the destination section. Both of those effectively the two services to which the deployed app has already been bound. Okay, and that, of course, that binding came from here, right? So we've now got that binding information, including the credentials for, relating to the binding here. So now if we run this CDS watch, let's see what happens. Let's just get a lot of space for the output. And where is the? There we go. There. We don't need that. We don't need that. Let's just do a refresh on this. Bong. That worked. That worked. Where is it? There. Oh my goodness. I mean, I don't know about you. I mean, maybe I'm easily impressed, but I think that's pretty awesome. Let's just dig into the messages to see what we've got. Let's just have a look. Attempting to retrieve. See, again, what I don't like, if I'm honest, is these sort of JSON messages. We had a similar sort of thing to this before, and I think we did, didn't we? Andrew, remind me, I think you and I talked more about this. We did have, we did start writing something, because I think it was you that coined that name, lintlogs, that did something similar for some other output like this. Oh, a meeting marathon. I didn't notice that. Yeah, good luck, Volker. Meeting marathon on a Friday. Oh my goodness me. Yes. Oh yes, the shortbread helmet. I do like a bit of shortbread, definitely. So attempting to retrieve destination from environment variable. Okay, fine. Could not retrieve it from environment variable. Attempting to retrieve it from service binding. Unable to find a service binding for that. Could not retrieve destination for service binding. Unable to find a trying to fix proxy. Okay, so interestingly, everything worked obviously, but there isn't really a message here that is going to give us much of a clue as to what it was doing. I wonder if maybe I'll ping the Cloud SDK folks and ask them about that. Also, let's just have a quick look into that lintlogs thing. VI which lintlogs. There we go. Grep line above standard.io. Yeah, so that's quite a specific thing. Maybe I need to rename that to lintlogs certain type, because of course, as we can see here, we're grabbing the written at and the message properties in the JSON, which I don't think we have here. It's not message, it's message here. So rather than hack around with that now, maybe I'll do a more generic one. Okay, so you debugged that, Jodel. Is what you debugged the stuff that's outputting this? What did you find? How did it go? There are 3 options that it looks for. Okay. This is awesome, Jodel. There are 3 options that it looks from the Cloud SDK. Please tell us. Keep telling us on the chat while I continue. If that's all right. That'd be awesome. So what I think we should do now is go back to the cloud again. Oh, okay. Oh, this is. What I was slightly worried about was that the chat and the delay is going to be too much, but I think it's okay. So the destination on the subaccount level, the destination service on the space level. Yeah. We talked a little bit about this last week, didn't we? Where if we go to the cockpit, it's probably the easiest way to see it. Where is it? There we go. Let's go to here. This is, I think you mentioned this last week as well, didn't you, Jodel? We've got at the subaccount level, this is the subaccount level of my account here, we've got the destinations under the connectivity thing. So that's the destination that we defined. However, if we go down to the space level, and of course we've only got one space, dev, which is the default space, we've got the service instance, the destination service instance there, and specific to this particular service type, the destination service type, we not only get the referencing apps, which is common to all service instances, as is service keys more or less, but also we have the ability to define destinations at this level. So it's at the space level, more specifically at the service instance level. And what that means, as far as I understand, what that means is that only apps that have a binding to that particular instance get to use those here destinations, those here defined destinations. Exactly. So there are 3 options: destination on subaccount level, destination service on space level. Jodo, when you say those are the 3, remember, have I missed one? You only typed 2 there? What was the other one then? Or am I not understanding something? But while you type maybe the answer, Robert, you're very correct. You can also use the API to get the destinations. Let's do that. By the way, Jodel, you said last week that when you create service keys for the destination, for a destination service instance, all the credentials are the same. And I said, I've seen them where the credentials are different. But not for the destination service. I actually tried this earlier this week. Well, yesterday actually. Which was earlier this week, I suppose. And you're right, the credentials in every single service key that you define for a given destination service instance are the same. So I'm currently digging in with the folks that know as to why that is. Okay, so as soon as I find out, I'll let you know. Okay, cool, yes. So Jodel, good point. So let's go to the command line and let's satisfy, I think we've still got this from, should be my bash history from last week. Okay, the 3rd is the Cloud SDK, S4HANA Cloud. Okay, yeah, not really familiar. So, subaccount, there we go, that's where, subaccount destinations. So, there, now, we've still got, if we have a look in here, we've still got the key that we grabbed from the service key that we grabbed from the destination service last week. So let's continue to use that one, because even if we generate another one, it's going to be the same, right? As we've just talked about. So we can say curl, and then what was it? Subaccount, there we go, there, subaccount. So let's just read this out. The authorization is going to be an access token that we generate from our service key, the client ID and the client secret, and we go and get a token and everything. If you let me know if you want us to dig in a little bit to the skgat thing, a little bit more than we did last week. And then we go and use the destination service to get the list of destinations. So let's press enter. And there we go. We get, in fact, okay, let's just do non-verbose, silent, and pipe it into JQ pretty print type thing so we can see a bit better. Okay, so there we go. There are the two destinations, Northwind and shop info, which equate exactly to where we were at the sub-account level, trial, destinations, Northwind, and shop info. And in fact, we used the destination API. This is described as well on the API hub. There it is. It's still there, right? SAP CPCF connectivity destination resource destinations on sub-account level. Get, post, put, get, delete. Okay. Get all destinations. Get a specific destination. Delete a destination. Now, why don't we, while we're here, why don't we see if we can use the connectivity service and just sort of riff on what we discovered a little bit a few episodes ago when we were looking at something else, to point to the Northwind destination via a Cloud Connector, and then use that and see what happens there. And then that should round out this whole thing, right? Is that a good thing to do? I think it probably is. I'm getting a warning here. The stream's current bitrate, 1666.26 kbps, is lower than they recommend. Oh, it's back again. Okay, fine. You know, YouTube's live streaming is a dark art that I'm not familiar with, even though I've been doing it for a while. So why don't we, because we've got here, we'll look at the destinations. If we look at this Northwind destination here and we start to edit it, we can see that there's two different proxy types. There's the internet proxy type and there's the on-premise proxy type. So instead of changing it here, let's just, you know, refresh our memory and do it here. So what we'll need to do actually, there's a big fly flying. Oh, no, it's a wasp actually. I don't know if you can hear it on the microphone. There's a wasp flying around. It wants some glory. Docker PSA. Oh, it's up. So the Cloud Connector on my other machine is up. So that means that CO2 W52 RK HV2Q, is that what it is? Is that, if that's the host name of my old MacBook Pro, I'm actually quite impressed with myself that I remembered that, because it's such a hard host name to remember. So here's the Cloud Connector. Amministratore. See, that's the Italian amaretti biscuit coming out. Amministratore. Administrator. God, what's going on? What's going on with my brain? Yes. Okay. So it's connected. It's connected to my subaccount 7C40 B1DA trial, which is there. You can see it there in the name, right? Cloud Connector on Docker. Yes. Is it local or can I download an image of that? Now, okay. So Jadel, to answer your question, I nicked the idea. Well, I mean, I nicked the implementation of the idea from Nabi Zamani, who I'm sure people know from the SAP community, and in fact, I'll go to here because I know it's here. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. Developer. Oh, it's going to mission. Here we go. Use Cap and Cloud SDK to extend HANA. So there's the mission. And if you, I thought it was in here. I've written a tutorial. Oh no, it's not in this mission. It's in this. Of course, it's in the Cap Cloud Cap. There we go. It's here. No, it's not this one. It's not this one. What is wrong with your brain, DJ? Cloud Workflow Code Jam. It's in the Cloud Workflow Code Jam. Here. And in exercise 3, I describe exactly how to set it up. I refer to Nabi Zamani's repo and the blog post that you wrote and everything there. But basically, if you want to set one up, it's super easy, thanks to what Nabi's done. Check that out. Anyway, where were we? Yes, so is that okay, Jodel? I think that's the... yes, and fourth, create on the fly during runtime. Yes, that's another one, Robert. So where were we? We were doing this here. We know it's connected. And in the cloud to on-premise, I've already got a mapping from this virtual Northwind. Naming convention, virtual something, virtual ES5, virtual Northwind, to services.odata.org. That means, oh, it's raining now. That means that in here, and I'm just exposing everything, right? You're welcome, Jono. That means that we should be able to access the Northwind service via this cloud connector, which is connected to my trial account. Now, currently there's an issue with feature set B generally, which means that the cloud connector sort of sub menu item here, which is normally here, is not here at the moment. Okay, so you can't actually see whether things are connected at the cloud end, but you can see they're connected by looking at the cloud connector end. Okay, there's a ticket in the system internally about that. Hopefully we'll fix that soon. So what we want to do is change this destination and use the connectivity. In fact, let's change the destination here, because I've just noticed it's 8:42 already. So let's go and change it here, right? So edit. What we want is HTTP virtual Northwind 8000. So that is that, okay? And this is exposed as HTTP, even though the actual connection from the cloud connector to the Northwind service is HTTPS, right? So it's still secure, of course, because we're going down the cloud connector tunnel, or up the cloud connector tunnel, down, up, don't know. So it doesn't matter that this is not HTTPS as long as the cloud connector to endpoint final destination is HTTPS, right? Because everything from cloud platform down to the cloud connector is secure anyway. So type HTTP, description, virtual Northwind, v2 Northwind, exactly, that's fine. Proxy type on-premise, right? And that brings up this location ID, which is, if you've got multiple cloud connectors connected to the same sub-account, you need to distinguish which one it is. But we've only got ones, and I've not specified a location for that location ID. If we look at that, we can probably see it here somewhere. Location ID, nothing, right? I've not specified location ID. Down, cloud to bunker, yes, definitely down. I don't know why I thought it was up. Yeah, upload, download, down to bunker. Down to bunker. So we've got no authentication. That should be fine. That's all we need to change, right? Save. Okay, we've changed the proxy type to on-premise. And what we haven't done yet is done anything with the connectivity service. And almost like to prove to ourselves that we need the connectivity service, to reprove, let's just go to here and hit refresh. Internal server error. Okay, now let's go to here actually, and that's the old MacBook Pro, CF logs Ep.76 proj serve. Now I've been teaching myself about bash completion, and I did a bash completion for is it on here, SAP CP, the new awesome CLI for the SAP Cloud Platform called SAP CP. I've got bash completion. So for example, I can say list, and then these are the things that I can do lists, list the list action on. So list, I don't know, accounts, entitlement, tab complete, bang, whammo. Okay, oh, refresh token, okay, I've not logged in for a while, but that's beyond the tab completion. So if you're interested in how I did that, let me know, maybe we'll do a session on it. But also one thing I really want to do, and I just can't figure out a good way of doing it, is I want tab completion so I can tab complete to the actual apps I've got. Okay, and there's going to be however I do it, I'm either going to have to cache some information or get that delay hit of, 1 second, half a second, while it goes and fetches the apps from that platform. I don't know. So that's in my head. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, CF logs. Oh, not on there. Sorry. There we go. CF logs Ep.72 proj serve. So looking at the logs now, retrieving logs, fine. Let's go back here and hit refresh and look at the logs. There we go. Right. So what have we got here? Attempting to reach destination. I suspect. Yeah, there we go. Connectivity. So we're saying here, on-prem destination proxy settings from connectivity service will be used. It won't be used because you haven't got connectivity service binding yet. Failed to build destination. Basically, please make sure to bind an instance of the connectivity service to your app if you want to connect to an on-premise destinations. You fool, DJ. Right, that's what it's saying effectively. So let's do that really quickly now using the power of our VS Code, our wonderful mta.yaml file that was generated for us in what's going on here. Oh, pressing the wrong thing there. There we go. Let's go to mta.yaml because I don't think we've got CFT services. I don't think we've got a connectivity service. No, we haven't. Okay, so let's create one. All we need to do really is, I guess, name connectivity, and it's going to be a new one. We want here connectivity and the parameters. We don't need a path. The service is the service is connectivity, and I know for a fact. Well, actually, I don't know for a fact. CF marketplace. Let's have a look. Come on. Come on. Connectivity gives us a light plan. Okay, yes, it's a light plan. Okay. Manage service. Yes, okay. So if we now do that and mbt build and deploy. So just to recap what we're trying to do. Is go around the houses, as it were, do it the difficult way, the hard way, just doing step by step, consuming a remote service in the cloud from our CAP application, but using the connectivity service to traverse down the Cloud Connector tunnel to my Cloud Connector on my MacBook Pro, my old MacBook Pro, which is in the other room over there, to the Northwind. So let's see, updating service. So while this is happening, I can sort of have a jaunty little at the top, looking down, at the bottom, looking up. Which way do I look? Can't remember. Anyway, okay, stream. Excellent connection. Okay, good. Okay, uploading application, and what we can also do here is watch CFT services. Let's just check that out. I think the service should be there. We go. And it's bound already. Okay, so we should be okay. We should be good. Staging application. Okay, yeah, let's just have a look. CF watch CFT apps as well. Okay, that's stopped. It's being restarted, I guess. Okay, good. That's what I'm looking at here. Ep.72 proj stopped. Come on. Started. Okay. So now let's go back to here and hit refresh. And it's working again. Actually, let's double check. Can we see that it's gone through the on-premise? Most recent requests. There we go. 7:49. It's 7.9 UTC. There we go. Let's do one again. Refresh. Refresh. Oh, great. Monitor, most recent requests, 750. So it's going down the Cloud Connector. Awesome. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Now, the one final thing that I've been experimenting with is that there's a question in my mind, and I'm sure it's in your mind as well. Can we consume this destination now locally? And the answer, unfortunately, right now is no. Let's check that out. If we go back to here, not there, no, we don't want that one. Let's get rid of that, it's confusing me. If we go back to here and grab again, where are we? CD EP.76 proj into, there we go, that one there, right? If we grab the default env now, or re-grab it, right? Default env, we've now got in here the connectivity service binding information, as well as the XSUAA and the, that must be the destination one, right? The destination one. So we've got all the information there. Okay. So why don't we try that and see what happens? It might be, let's try that and see what happens, okay? So let's go into here and do a CDS watch. Let's go over here and localhost 4004 products. Now, what happens is that we get a throbbing. That's the proper name for those things, a throbber. Oh, and we get timed out. Okay, on 52.23.189.23 port 20,003. So if we now go back to here, basically, I've done a little bit of debugging here, and the issue is that there's an internal only, as in cloud platform only, reverse proxy service that we can't access from here. Okay. Now, I was talking to my good friend and colleague Max about this, and while there are workarounds, you could, for example, use port forwarding via SSH. Of course, we could SSH into this app, right? CF SSH EP.72 proj serve. Have I enabled SSH? I think I may have enabled SSH already on this app. Yes, okay. So we could say CFSSH -L and port forward something, but that's a little bit of a strange workaround. So I'd like to dig in more as to why this has been designed this way. I'd also like to hear from you about any of your experience. Oh, Jodel, perfect. You got the same error. This is perfect. Yes, it's perfect as in, you know, I like having the same errors as other people. I'm glad you got the same error, which means, of course, that I'm probably not going mad. Well, either we're both doing something wrong, Jodel, or actually it really is an issue. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that this should be possible. Okay, we're accessing services in the cloud platform generally with the destination service in the XSUAA service, so why can't we access the connectivity reverse proxy service? I'm not sure, to be honest. When I did try this before, I'm looking for it here, but I can't see it in the output here, even though the output's pretty horrible to read. I did see a reference to a host name, not an IP address, not this IP address 52.23.189.23. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, actually, that's interesting. Let me go back in there. That might equate to what I saw, which was a host name that had the word int.internal in the fully qualified domain name, which makes me think that it's a cloud platform only accessible service. We could ping that. Not that this may be more confusing than not, because if we can't, we might not be able to ping it. Have we got telnet here? No, we haven't got telnet. Yes. Oh, let's try one more thing actually. Let's go to SSH. CFSSH minus L 2003 52.23.189.23 2003. That's that. Let's open up another thing here. Net starts ATN. I'm not really sure. SSH. No. Have I got telnet? I haven't got telnet here either. What I wanted to do is to try and telnet to that port because I'm thinking that port might be an HTTP port. I don't know. But anyway, let's leave it at that. I'm going to continue digging into this. I'm not going to do an extra episode just on this, but if I do, if and when I find the definitive answer on this, maybe I'll do like a midweek live stream and we'll look into that. Also, let me know in the chat. Please let me know in the chat if you'd be interested in. Let's go to here. Interested in finding out a little bit more. What's going on? Come on. Oh no. Oh, that's GAT, isn't it? A little bit more about how I manage these service keys and generate access bearer tokens to interact with APIs on the command line in a really sort of bash friendly way. So yeah, let me know. It's 8:57. I think that's a good time to finish. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, I'll put a playlist. I think there's a playlist already. Yeah, there is. I think there's a playlist. Is there a playlist? Let's bring that over here and playlist, my playlists. No, playlists. There we go. Playlists. Consuming remote services. Yes, there we go. Whoa, stop. So this one here, I'll share on Twitter because once I add this session to it, I think we could. So, oh, there we go. Let's put that back there again. Yeah, I guess that's it. This is a bit random. Oh yes, what I wanted to do was to try out my new final end screen. One of the things I've been doing is realizing that, I'll say end stream and you'll see the final part of the video. So I'll say, oh, wow, showing me like, where's the end button? I confirm yes, end. So now I'm going to flip to an end screen.